Alright, yo guys, what's going on? It's Mondo here, and today we're talking about basketball. Sorry, NBA Summer League specifically. We'll go over free agency here in the future. But before we get started, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below what you want to see next. And obviously, I haven't made a video in a while. Sorry, life has been busy. Interviews, applying for more jobs and stuff. Job search ain't been going well, I'm not gonna lie, but it's all right. It's all cool. We're gonna be getting one very soon. We have part-time right now. We all good. But yeah, I mean, first of all, congratulations to the OKC Thunder. They won the NBA championship. I haven't posted since then, so congrats to them. All thoughts and prayers go out to Indiana for Tyrese Halliburton, and obviously Caitlin Clark is coming back today too, by the way. And then obviously, I made a whole video about this. I just haven't posted it, and I don't think I want to. But thoughts and prayers out to the people where I went to college, Shriner University in Kerrville, Texas. Everybody up in the hill country in Texas, or Central Texas, some people are saying on the news. Thoughts and prayers out to them. Positive vibes. My prayers are going up there. Y'all want to donate? Obviously, you can. Just look it up, please. Any little bit counts. But without further ado, let's get into this. We have 4 standouts. I call them standouts because we haven't seen, excuse me, we haven't seen Dylan Harper for the San Antonio Spurs, the number 2 overall pick, and then number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg for Dallas Mavericks. Did I say Dylan Harper was in San Antonio? I think I forgot. So, he's San Antonio Spur, by the way. So, a little bit north of me. So, I'm not a big fan of San Antonio, the Spurs at least, but their hometown team, I got to support them a little bit. But first off, we're going to go over 4 players. 2 of them we're going to kind of put together because they're on the same team. But first of all, we have the standout number 3 overall pick in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 3 pick, VJ Edgecombe. Only played 1 game, and he has a minor hand injury, I think it is. He's day-to-day, so he should be back, hopefully, in their next game, which is, I think, tomorrow. I want to say it's tomorrow. If it's not, my apologies. I haven't been really watching the games too much. I watch here and there. I don't watch all of them because, obviously, I work. but yeah, VJ Edgecombe, in his only game, which was a loss against Utah, was 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Now, that I saw of the game, he had a good feel for it, right? Even against professionals that he was originally, not really going against in college, he actually showed very good promise, and I mean, the numbers show it. But him next to Jared McCain, that might be a good backcourt. I mean, I love Tyrese. Don't get me wrong. Tyrese Maxey. Trade him somewhere. Trade him for De'Aaron Fox. I mean, we don't need him here anymore. All right, we have Dylan Harper. Let's do something else. All right, we need to go younger. We need to make sure we're in the same window for Victor over here. But it's all right. It's all cool, right? But yeah, whenever you see him, I mean, it looks like he knows when to score and when to pass the ball, right? I mean, there's obviously a little bit of tunnel vision in there, which is expected because when you're in Baylor, you need a number 1 option in Baylor, and I'm pretty sure he was with whenever I saw the Baylor games. But yeah, he had a great feel for the game. He was just an overall great player in Baylor, and I mean, I think he might be one of the best players in the draft. I mean, this is very early. He's going to be a dark horse for, for Rookie of the Year. I don't think he will win because obviously there's Cooper Flagg, there's Dylan Harper as well. And somebody that we're going to be talking about next is actually going to be, I think, higher on the list as well. Potentially a dark horse, but none of us really thought that he would be bad in the league, right? But going to him now, this man has played 2 games. Utah Jazz's Ace Bailey, the number 5 overall pick. A lot of controversy around him, right? He tried to tank his draft stock to go to where he wanted, which is, I think, Brooklyn, and some other places, right? Toronto, I think, was one of them, I think. But anyway, He tried to control his destiny. Obviously, when you're coming into the league, you can't do that. And Utah took a gamble on him, and the 2 games that he played, they won against Memphis and, of course, the 76ers, which we previously just talked about. His first game, he scored 8 points, 7 boards, 1 assist, 1 rebound, or sorry. You know what? I'm just going to name his stats, just overall. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, half a steal, and half a block a game for the 2 games that he played. Now, I don't know the reason why he didn't play the last one, but yeah, I mean, he looks like he can be a bona fide scorer on that. He could be the main scorer. he actually looks like it, and that's something you didn't really expect out of him, right? Just because of his attitude, you didn't think it would translate. But at least in summer league, if he stays in the G League for whatever reason, I don't think Utah would ever do that. But Utah puts him in the G League, he's gonna ball out. But in the league, I think. The heck was that? Anyway, I think it's gonna lower down to maybe like 13 points a game. But as a rookie, 13 points a game and being pretty efficient, I really didn't put down as you can see, I didn't put down any of the like field goal percentages or nothing. But just watching him go, man, he knows when to pick his spots, man. He can score with the best of them probably. Here in the next 2 or 3 years, he's gonna be by far one of the best scorers, I believe, in the league. I'm not going to say he's going to be 25 point per game scorer in year 3, but I think there's the potential that he can score, almost like a Paul Pierce level, like 26 at his highest. That's the potential. I think he can exceed that eventually, especially in Utah, by the way, where you can barely get anybody. But him alongside Walker Kessler, defense is going to be all right because of Walker Kessler. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a pretty solid team going forward, and it will be his team, by the way. I know that there's Sunba, I think is how you say his name. I forget how to say his name. But one of the other young pieces, he was developing quite nicely the past few years, and I think he'll be a great piece next to Ace Bailey. Now going on to somebody who I was rooting to be good, but I really don't want him to be good because of his dad, right? It's very bad to say, but Bronny James for the LA Lakers, and in 2 games that he played, his first game he got 10 points. He scored 2 3-pointers, by the way. He's averaging right now in the 2 summer league games with wins over Miami and San Antonio. 6 points, 1.5 rebounds, half an assist, and 1.5 steals with no blocks, which you don't expect that from a short guard anyway. Excuse me. I think we've been spoiled with that with a bunch of good blocking guards in the league recently that have came up, but I don't think Bronny would ever be that in any way. But obviously he has the athleticism of his dad, right? And I think he has some of the defensive awareness, but is scared to make those mistakes, if that makes sense. He still needs to prove to be a efficient 3-point shooter, an efficient scorer. He doesn't even need to be a 3-point shooter, right? If he's going to be a point guard, he needs to develop his passing more, right? It feels like he has the awareness. He doesn't get that many minutes right now, even though he's starting. But defensively, I think he's gotten better than last year, right? Better than last year defensively, awareness-wise. I don't think he's better defensively per se if you look at the numbers, but he is better defensively on where he puts himself to stop the ball compared to last year. I'm not saying he's way better. I'm saying compared to last year, what we've seen from him. And, we have to see more games. It's not a really good sample size, obviously, for any of these players. But there has to be... he has to start showing the development, right? Year 2, obviously, he was a late second-round pick. He's on average for that pick or whatever. For the 54th pick, I think is what he was. He's on average. We're in the NBA. There's how many 54th picks? You got to be better. You got to show out. At this point, second year, this is when most people get cut, or they just get thrown into the G League and get forgotten. If you really want to be good, you got to show it now, right? LeBron is out the door next year probably for LA. You got to show it. You got to put yourself into the positions that you can be a spot up shooter. You can be a defensive player. You can do all these things when it's needed, right? If you don't need a score, pass the ball, right? If you don't need scoring, pass the ball. If you need scoring and you know you can score, go score. Go make stops. That's what he needs to do, and I think he's starting to develop that a little bit. He saw that in the summer or in the G League a little bit, not too much last year, but he has shown the potential to do it. And then the other last player played the most games out of these people, out of I think it's the Utah Classic or whatever it's called, the Salt Lake City Summer League, is Dalton Connect from the LA Lakers. Averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.3 steals, and 0.7 blocks. And a loss to Golden State and wins over Miami and San Antonio, obviously. You know, he needs to get it out of his head that he was about to get traded for Mark Williams. He needs to understand he was a first-round pick. Right? He was a first-round pick. Very valuable asset to a win-now team. They couldn't afford, at least last year, whenever they were trading for Mark Williams. Excuse me. Why did my mouth make a fart sound? It's my Invisalign. But yeah, I mean, he needs to get it out of his head that there's loyalty in the league. There's not. Right? He was a very good shooter before the trade proposal happened, right? And before it got canceled. He was a great shooter, developing as a defender. He was developing his all-around game very well, by the way, alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and of course, and everybody else, right? Rui and AR. After the trade, in those same spots that he would make a lot of them, he just wasn't hitting them, right? And you saw that he's able to still, right? In the third game, he scored 25 points, 8 boards. Didn't do anything defensively, but he was still getting to his spots defensively and stopping the ball sometimes. But you know, he needs to get it out of his head and get out of his own head, I guess is a better way of putting it. Get out of your own head and just go ball, right? Get put in trade proposals where it's almost a clean swap, right? That's showing you respect, like, hey, I'm actually pretty good. I'm going to go alongside, at that point it would be alongside LaMelo. LaMelo needs shooting on the outside. So, there could have been, gosh, I don't know why I'm burping, but there's that thing that you need to, get in your head. Dalton Connect needs to get out of his head and get a killer mindset in his head, I guess is the best way of putting it. Because he still can score. He still can grab boards. He can still shoot the ball, right? But he's not really doing it consistently. He needs to get back to consistently shooting. And you have JJ as your head coach, right? You are on the main roster. Just talk to the coaches. Say hey. Then there's a new development coach. I forget his name, but that I read about him. He's actually a pretty decent player development coach, right? Have him help you develop the defense. Have JJ help you with the shooting. You're set. That's all you need to do in the league, pretty much, because unless you know how to score in other ways, your best thing is your shooting, right? You're more of a Klay Thompson-esque player, so I think he can even develop into Klay Thompson-esque, not Klay Thompson, Klay Thompson-esque, and playing at his peak, playing defense at a pretty elite level. I don't think he's going to be the best defender, but he's going to be playing defense at a pretty decent average to above average level, and of course shoot the ball lights out, right? I think he can do that, but he needs to get out of his head first. That's my take on him. So to go over the 4 what is it? Rising stars that that of course we talked about today is 2 first-year players, 2 second-year players in VJ Edgecombe, which is the number 3 overall pick, Ace Bailey, which is the number 5 overall pick in Utah, and the 76ers for Edgecombe. And then, of course, Bronny James and Dalton Connect. That's mostly for the views, but no, they are developing. It's nice to see them develop a little bit more, especially Bronny. Right? We don't want to see him fail per se. We want to see his dad fail. Just kidding. But you'll see in the future why I say that, because there's a top 10 next video that's coming out. It's gonna be basketball wise Wednesday. Next Wednesday will be top 10 players of all time in my list. Top 10 greatest players of all time. I kind of lied on my top 5 a little bit because I wanted to include everybody, right? Everybody's thoughts. This is going to be my personal one. So if you're interested in that, make sure to be ready for next Wednesday. Other than that, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below what you want to see next. And, of course, once again, prayers out to people up in the hill country, Texas hill country, Central Texas, for those who aren't in Texas, don't know that. Prayers up to them. I know that they're a very strong community. They're gonna be very well off here in the future, especially with all the support that everybody's already shown. If you want to donate, obviously go donate. Nobody's stopping you. I'm religious. I know some of y'all aren't, but pray for them and donate however much God puts in your heart to put up to them. But yeah, once again, make sure to stay positive. Have a good day, and see you guys later.